I think people are surprised, and they've certainly vocalised that over the last few days, with Real Madrid being favourites to win La Liga title, Barcelona defending champions coming in as second favourites. This is what Laporta had to say about what's going to happen this summer, the remainder of the transfer window. In principle, there won't be any more signings now. We have a good squad and a coach who wants to bolster the first team when necessary with youngsters from the reserve team. We don't want to break up the team spirit that was being built over the last season in the squad. That's what hooks supporters again, and we want to keep that magic. Gab is still with us. Ali, are Barca going to be okay with the squad that they have?
Absolutely they are. Barcelona were far and away the best team in La Liga last season. And a little bit better defending in Champions League, and they are in the finals of that tournament. And who knows what happened in that match potentially against PSG. So they're not that far off. I'm not saying that Marcus Rashford is the gap between...
No, but two fit fullbacks might be.
Well,
which of course they are missing in that Inter game.
Yes, but my point entirely is Barcelona were very much at the top of the pile and the top of the pyramid when it comes to the teams in Europe last season, and certainly in La Liga. And that was proven on the field against Real Madrid, who are the favorites this season. And if you go back and watch those games against Real Madrid, most of those games were not competitive. They played 4 times. 3 out of those 4 matches were not competitive at all. It was all dominated by Barcelona. And so if there's a team that should be concerned here, it should be Real Madrid. How do we catch up to Barcelona? How do we make up that difference? I think Barcelona are in a really good position. And in some ways, I agree with what Laporta is saying. And I don't know, this sounds very much like an explanation as to why they're not signing any more players and where the team spirit, squad spirit, that's important. I think there's something to be said about that you have a young team to begin with enough older players that there creates a nice balance. Once you start bringing other personalities into the group, sometimes it doesn't fit nearly as perfectly as it did last season. So I think Barcelona are in a good place. They're in a better place now than I think they were at the beginning of last season, where we didn't think they were capable of doing what they did. They impressed all of us during the course of the season, and I think they're only going to get better.
This is the kind of anti-Liverpool.
This seems a little shit. This almost feels like flip-flopping from last year, where this time last year we're going, oh, Real Madrid, they're getting Mbappe as well. This is the team to beat. They're going to have the same squad. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. They're just going to be better. It seems like the other way around, because I'm thinking, how can Real Madrid possibly be favourites?
Yeah.
How can they possibly? Everything Ali said about Barcelona is spot on. It's like, why would you touch it? That's why when they talk about Nico Williams coming, we were all going, hold on a minute, why are you doing this? Why are you upsetting the apple cart?
You stated in the past, Stevie, that when you're top of the tree, you need to make sure you bring in big players as well to keep yourself at that level.
If you have the wherewithal, it doesn't seem like Barcelona have the money to do that, because I'm pretty sure they would if they could. But there's nothing wrong with, people always talk about, well, if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. Well, I don't quite honestly agree with that, really. What they've got right now is fantastic. And there's nothing wrong with this same group, same squad, probably same 11 starting the season off and expecting them to be, there's no reason why they can't be as good. And again, we don't know what's going on below them. Real Madrid, no idea what we're going to get. Atletico Madrid, going to be the same. They'll probably have some decent results and then fall away. So, yeah, it seems like a reverse from last year.
And just think.
That's a reverse.
Yeah,
I saw that. Thank you.
Think about, it's one more year of experience for a guy like Pau Cubarsí. It's one more year for Lamine Yamal. Is Gavi fully recovered from an ACL injury? So it's not just the signings that you made in Joan Garcia and Marcus Rashford. It's these players that are getting more experience, that are potentially getting better. And we expect that Pau Cubarsí is going to be better. Scarily so, we expect that Lamine Yamal is going to continue to mature as a player, that Gavi is going to be fully recovered, that Pedri will have yet another good season. So, again, there are a lot of reasons to be excited about Barcelona, and you really have to search for reasons as to why you can find negativity surrounding this group.
Go on, Gab.
I'll help you. I'll find negativity not about the group, but about something very, very specific. Yeah, Pau Cubarsí is going to be a year older, a year better. Great. But Inigo Martinez is going to be a year older. And do we think that Araujo can regain his mojo and go back to being the player we thought he might be? That, to me, is the single biggest caveat about this team right now. It's great. Gavi comes back. Pedri's going to have a full season, whatever. But then you go and you make that investment on Marcus Rashford and his wages. Man, I would have spent that money on somebody who can help me at the back. Maybe they have somebody in Barcelona B that I'm not familiar with who's going to go and monster everybody the same way Kubarsi did, and it's not going to be an issue. Maybe he wants to play Frankie de Jong at center back. I don't know. But that, to me, would be like a really major, unaddressed potential weakness at the back. And that's what surprises me, that Laporta says, no, let's close the books now, we're done.
Just a reminder, you can see every single La Liga match live on ESPN Plus, including, of course, Barcelona's opener away against Mallorca on Saturday, August the 16th.